I know someone is thinking, I've been teaching Art 1 or digital photo for the last 17 years. I don't know anything about computer graphics or media production. I feel you. The transition can seem daunting when you start looking at the curriculum. Like,
What?
let's start where we can with the 3 critical skills you need to integrate into your lesson plans to start building a solid foundation for a career in the creative industry. That's problem solving, curiosity, and storytelling. The dictionary says to design means to create, fashion, execute, or construct according to plan. Just like our neighbors in science, tech, and engineering are heralded for innovation because they often solve problems or reveal causes to effects, they first start by asking a question. Who, what, when, where, how, why not? Problems, questions, challenges are the starting point for scientific method, engineering, and invention, and also graphic design. Creatives like graphic designers, filmmakers, podcasters, UX, UI, app designers, we don't write reports to share our findings. We share our findings in visual and experiential narratives. So what foundational skills do students need to become future creatives? They need to be problem solvers, curious, and good storytellers. Let's talk about problem solving. Graphic design and media arts solve problems. A company needs to communicate a message to its customer. A nonprofit needs to communicate its cause to supporters. An individual wants to communicate a party theme to guests. A writer wants to share the story of an inanimate object having a human experience. Creatives are hired to bridge the communication gaps. They leverage their expertise in principles of design, elements of composition, colors, fonts, and in digital media arts, framing, music, pacing, and space to build solid bridges that carry clear messages between the senders and the receivers. A creative has to know both audiences very well to be successful. Let's talk about curiosity. You don't need me to tell you how short attention spans have gotten, and you don't need me to tell you how shallow critical thinking has become with advances in technology. Students don't feel like thinking when Google, ChatGPT, and even AI adopted by our software tools can do the work in far less time with minimal effort on the part of the student. Students don't feel like thinking, and sometimes they don't feel like imagining. So how do you teach curiosity? You've got to show students the value of falling down the rabbit hole, exploring. Keep prompting them to think longer, farther, deeper, more outlandishly about an idea. Pose 5 what ifs for every design challenge. When you begin gradually releasing the responsibility to the student, challenge them to pose their own what ifs. True to all of your lesson plans, practice, reinforcement, and repetition will develop the creativity muscle. Encourage free thought as much as possible. Encourage students to draw from their own experiences as often as possible. Curiosity and confidence and meaningful exploration separates the good creatives from the great creatives. Let's talk about storytelling. Great creatives are master visual storytellers. One of my favorite bragging rights about being a creative is that in a room of 25 students, there are 25 possible right answers. Creatives use a methodology called the design process to solve communication challenges. The more often you challenge students to stick to the process, you'll both come to realize creativity is a direct byproduct of the process. Picture this. A chef challenges his students to bake a cake. He gives each student flour, oil, sugar, egg, butter, and the same amount of time. He tells them they have the pantry of ingredients at their disposal. He rings the bell and they start. One student adds vanilla like his grandma did. Another adds lemon because she grows lemon trees at home. Another adds a spiced dark chocolate common to his Guatemalan roots. Another adds strawberries because it's her daughter's favorite fruit. Everyone uses the same base ingredients to produce a cake, except they all have different flavor profiles drawn from their individual experiences. This is the creative classroom. Every design challenge provides each student designer the same information. Participating in the creative process allows each student to draw from their research and their individual experiences to develop a solution to the challenge that is entirely unique to them. And each student gets to tell the story of how they arrived at their solution, as well as why it works. Creativity is a product of process in which the most memorable solutions, the ones that make you say, ah, yes, those are backed by really, really, really good stories. Let's see what this looks like visually. A client has a communication challenge that needs a solution, so they look for a creative. The creative meets with the client to brief the project to kick off the creative process. The creative juices are then fueled by curiosity. The creative proposes multiple solutions for the client to pick one that best represents the story they want people to remember. Here are a few quick examples of short yet memorable stories.
Logo.
Poster. Book cover. Title sequence. Really good short stories add context to design solutions that make them meaningful, relevant, and memorable. Let's run it all back. The 3 skills our students need to be successful future creatives are problem solving, curiosity, and storytelling. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I really want to get good at helping you teach future creatives, and I believe you can teach digital media.